Bam! That's a face you want to wake up to every morning. Just that standing in the end of your bedroom. Look at that thing. But it just, why? I mean, it's awesome, but it's also frightening as hell. I wonder how much it costs. Probably a lot. It's Tuesday. I'm drinking tea because it's freaking cold. It's still raining here at Site B. And it's supposed to keep raining at least through to tomorrow on and off. So yeah, flooding. In other words, yeah, just, we're having winter for the first time in a while. Tea, warm water, and leaves. It is I, the OGGM, coming to you live at 7:45 in the morning on this, the 6th day of February 2023. It's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Maybe? I don't know. It's a day. They all look the same. It was time to look at toys, specifically Games Workshop toys, specifically this thing, this nightmare, but both awesomeness and I don't know. It's obviously something that's on display at a convention. Why? Because this has begun. Announcing to the 224 U.S. Open Series in the World Championship of Warhammer 2024, starting in Dallas, Texas, and working its way all the way through to Atlanta, Georgia. And then, I guess, up here, Dallas, Texas, Tacoma, Washington, Tampa, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia. That makes no sense. I'm going to start here in Florida, then go up here to Georgia, then here to Dallas, and then end it in Washington. Or started in Washington and ended in Florida. That's a straight line, more or less. But whatever, I'm sure it makes sense to them. This is where you get to see the best of the best, the biggest of the biggest, the stompiest of the stompiest, the most outrageous of the displays. And we begin the run for the painting contest for who will receive the Golden Demon Reward this year, which is, as you know, a gigantic sword thingy. So that's exciting. It's always, that's where we'll see some of the best paint jobs, and some of the jokiest paint jobs. So yeah, okay. Organized play is beginning for the 2024 Warhammer Age of Sigmar round. Anything new this difference? This looks like this is the place, the official play mat, play box, play whatever, play bucks. I don't know what that is. Is that a play mat? Doesn't tell me. Trophy. Here's the trophy for store champion. Here is the second place and third place thingies. This is a, what is this? Some kind of metal thing? Glass trophy. Age of Sigmar measurement gauze. It's a ruler. Oh, okay. It's a ruler, I guess. Gauge, yeah, measurement gauge. Card inserts. Okay, ruler. Then here is the link for participating stores. If you want to click it and find out if something in your neighborhood is doing official Age of Sigmar play. And what is that? Look at that cool looking thing. Blimps. Blimps for Age of Sigmar. Those look freaking awesome. I wish I was good enough to paint those. Those look so much fun. All right, what else is going on in the World of Warcraft? See what I did there? World of Warhammer, Warcraft. We got a new book. This is called Rays of the Dead. It is this year's Reader's Choice winner. It is by Dan Abnett. Here's a chunk of the story in here. And considering the name, I'm going to guess it's about necromancers and guys fighting skeletons. And it takes place in the Warhammer fantasy universe. And this guy won the 2024 Reader's Choice winner. So obviously he's pretty good. So if you're interested in the fiction of the World of Warhammer and a guy riding a bright red horse, here you go. Doggos. We got doggos for 40K. These are cyber dogs. No, I don't know what's going on here. They're mutant dogs with metal mouths. So vat-grown dogs. And weird thingies coming out of their back that look like maybe power things. These are called the Crute Carnivores. And they come in different forms, including the Crutex and the Shaper. They originally appeared in 2001, and now they are back for 2024 for more whatever cyber mutant dog terror. Yeah, the paint job really does justice to just how horrific these things are. Yeah, but these little spiny things coming out of the legs, the detail on the muscles, the metal jaws, the weird whatever these are coming out of the back, and how they just sort of look artificial. Yeah, those are frightening. I don't know if I'd want to run into those. Got some art this week to take a look at. We've got the glorious full color art book for Horus Heresy, laying around your Games Workshop or possibly at your Barnes & Noble if you have a Barnes & Noble. If you're looking for some, oh my God, what is that? That is so cool. I have no idea what's going on, but geez, it's gorgeous. It's just so bright. It just pops. Wow. Well done, whoever did this one. And then we got, oh, look at this one. This one just is, no, you killed him. Damn you. You definitely, this is a no moment right here. And he's just raising his hammer and just, how dare you kill my friend? He is really upset. These two are obviously very close. And now he's like swearing vengeance against the gods for killing his friend. This is a celebration. Look at this. Wow. This remind you of anything we recently saw on Netflix? If anybody has any questions whether Zack Snyder stole some of the imagery for Rebel Moon from Warhammer and Dune, I just watched Dune again last night because it's being taken off Netflix. And it's a very, if you want to relax, man, Dune is just such a slow, ponderous movie where you just like exposition. Oh, fight. Exposition. Yeah. But yeah, you can definitely see the influence of Dune and Warhammer on Rebel Moon, which of course broaches the question again. Does Zack Snyder play Warhammer? Does anybody know? But yeah, this guy's like, I won, go team me. And all these people are like, Steve. And this guy's like, I did all the work. Why is Steve getting all the reward? I'm going to betray him later. You got another mega battle going on. We got some kind of spell casting paladin here. We got a whole bunch of knights fighting orcs. Yeah, awesomeness. And that's it. Those are the only examples we get. That's it. No, there's more. Big Stompy Mech. Oh yeah, these guys are just like, we're so stupid. This one looks ridiculous though. This has got an entire city on its back. Look at this. That would never work. And on the other hand, we got this guy working his way through this jungle with this sunset and this reddish hue. Wow, whoever did these really likes his reds or her reds, and they really work. They really work. And then we've got some more art and some examples of what the pages look like. So here we go. New Warhammer art book, specifically set in the Age of Horus, but general Warhammer stompy goodness. Yeah. We just talked about the World Championship, and now we're up to what we can expect next week. So there we go. Again, a pretty decent week. We are into the second week of February pretty much, and Games Workshops has not been plagued with a single controversy, which we could say not the same for some of its cohorts in the tabletop role-playing game world. Guess they've learned their lesson. Okay, we got a new book coming out. This is book IV, The Mad King Rises of the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Dawnbringers. And it's got this hunchback lich looking all like evil and whatever here going on. Just going to assume he's the Mad King. And here's another version of that book. And then here's an Age of Sigmar called the Death Battalion Flesh Eater Corpse. And I guess it's a vampire. Or maybe ghouls, or maybe both. Vampires and ghouls hanging out together. And here's the other version of the book. Here is the figure for the Mad Flesh King. We saw him last week. He is definitely unusual. This is that a? I mean, I don't know. That doesn't seem like something you would do to hold something. Like I'm trying to put my wrist in that position, and it just doesn't work. And then I get what he's trying to do. The sculptor was trying to do, like trying to hold it over his shoulder to look all cocky, like, yeah, look at me. But I don't know. It just doesn't work. And there's the bend. You can see the bend, the little. And then he's got these little spikes coming out of his shoulder. How'd you get the armor on? Unless they're retractable. That just doesn't work. Then he's got his hunchback cloak made out of the skulls of his enemies. That's a cool detail. And then we got some vampires and some wolves. And we've got this guy. We've seen him before. This lich judge with his ribs, his wig made out of intestines. I didn't catch that the first time. We had to go back and look at it if you remember. But yeah, he's wearing a wig like a judge, but the wig is made out of intestines. Look at the details. It's like that sausagey look. It's totally the intestines of his enemies, or sausage, which is, made out of intestines. And then we've got a gargoyle or a winged ghoul, maybe a vampire. Not sure what's going on with this dude. He's got a little bit of everything going on. He's got a little bit of vampire going on, a little bit of ghoul going on in that face, and a little bit of gargoyle on. I'm thinking maybe some kind of vampire. And then for some reason, he's got keys, or she's got keys. So I guess he has a day job, which is nice. I mean, you can't be vampire 24/7 and terrorizing the villagers. You might need a day job. And this guy's day job is either hotel manager or jailer. So that's cool. And then we've got this, who is called a abhorrent cardinal. It looks like some type of orcish shaman type. He's got, again, you can see the bend in the weapon. He's got this banner made out of somebody's chest and stuff. He's got something in his hands, it looks like. The weight. This is kind of realistic. This looks like the weight of the helmet is actually bending his neck down, so that's it's actually sort of like, well, something that large would, and then this much weight around their neck, that definitely would start dragging your neck forward. So that's kind of cool, that this actual little extra second of detail that whoever sculpted this put in. And then we've got this looking vamp. This has got to be a vampire, right? Or a ghoul, maybe a snow ghoul. And then again, because of the fur, and then he's got the little spike coming out of his elbows. Some type of undead executioner who's wearing a mask. Okay, executioners wear masks, so people that normally don't recognize them throughout the normal day, so you could be living next to the executioner and never know who he is. That way, the whole mythology of the mask and the secret identity of the executioner and the mystique of the executioner, because you never know who he is. But you're dead, sir. So nobody's really going to mistake you for anybody else in the village. You don't really need to wear your hood anymore. And, you shouldn't, you can't get cold because you're dead. So you're not wearing it to stay warm. Do the undead really need an executioner? I don't know. Maybe you were buried in this and you've come back and you just don't have the time to take it off. And you're like, no one's going to know who I am. And all the other undead are like, no one cares who you are. You're dead. It's not like you're going to stand out in the village. And we got another one. A lot of undead this week. A lot of undead, which is weird because it's February. You'd think you would see undead in October. Not sure what's going on with this dude, but he's definitely got this unbelievably ridiculous halberd here. And by the look at his face, he's like, do you even lift, dude? Do you even lift? Look at me. Not a lot of girls. Not a lot of girls in the undead. Undead spellcaster on some kind of warthog. Undead rider on some kind of giant bat warthog. So these look like they're made of wood. And then an undead riding on the shoulder of another undead, riding another one of these warthog bat things. I don't know. I can't really tell. But it looks like there's one undead there, and then he's on top of him. Or maybe he's got a breastplate made out of a head. Or I don't know. The detail looks different, though. So maybe this is like a mistake. Like something from another picture bleeding through. I don't know. And then here's just the normal ghouls, your units looking all ghoulish, ready to lay some ghoulish smackdown on your player characters as they go raid the dungeon. New dice. Then we've seen this guy before. He's not new. He's been around for a while. And I don't like him. I don't like this design. I don't know why. I just don't. I mean, the armor is clever, but yeah, I just don't like these guys. And some new pins, a Warhammer 40K X bottle opener, which we know doesn't work because we've seen novelty bottle openers like these before, and they never work. And we just looked at those, and that's it for this week. Yeah, not bad. Some dogs, some books. The announced the U.S. Open is starting. Some frightening-looking undead. And an exciting week in the world of Warhammer and General Grevious, or lack thereof. If you were lucky enough to have a Games Workshop shop in your neighborhood, head on down there and ask them about these. Most of these, are free to get on the interweb. They can sign you up for any of the contests. They can slowly introduce you to the addiction that is Warhammer. Remember, it's the year of Warhammer the Old Kingdom. So it's a good time to pick up some armies of skeletons or whatever for any game that you're playing that uses minis. If you want to continue to listen to me talk about the world of Games Workshop, let me know. If you never want me to talk about this ever again, let me know. Till next time, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later. Meanwhile, all I want for Valentine's